Hello everybody!
I'm Lera Pavlova.
And I'm Настя Grachova. We are both second-year students at Ульяновsk State University. We both specialize in tourism.
And we are both proud of the fact that the great Russian writer Ivana Goncharov was born in our city.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now standing at the main entrance to the Goncharov House Museum, which is one of the finest examples of 19th century architecture. The building made of red and white brick with a memorial plaque, and the clock tower above is one of the most famous sites of Ульяновsk. Initially, the house looked different. There was no clock tower and it was a two-story building.
The museum has a wonderful collection of the personal things of a great Russian writer. However, most of the exhibits are devoted to his famous novel Oblomov. Isn't it surprising that one of the main characters of the novel is a sofa? This is where we would like to start our story.
Ilya Ilyich Oblomov was lying in bed one morning in his flat in Gorokhovo Street, in one of those large houses which have as many inhabitants as a country town. He was a man of about 42 or 43, of medium height and pleasant appearance, with dark grey eyes, but with a total absence of any definite idea, any concentration on his features. Thought permeated freely all over his face, fluttered about in his eyes, reposed on his half-parted lips, concealed themselves in the furrows of his brow, and then vanished completely. And it was at such moments that an expression of serene unconcern spread all over his face. This unconcern passed from his face into the contours of his body, and even into the folds of his dressing gown.
Occasionally, a somber look of something like fatigue or boredom crept into his eyes. But neither fatigue nor boredom could banish for a moment the mildness which was the predominant and fundamental expression not only of his face but of his whole soul. So serenely and unashamedly reflected in his eyes, his smile, and every movement of his head and hands. A cold and superficial observer, casting a passing glance at Oblomov, would have said, "A good-natured fellow, I'll be bound, a simpleton." A more thoughtful and sympathetic man, after a long scrutiny of his face, would have walked away with a smile full of pleasant thoughts.
Thank you for listening.